Welcome back to Learn English with Stories. Today, we'll listen to one of Aesop's most meaningful fables, The Oak and the Reed. It's a timeless story that reminds us that sometimes being flexible is wiser than being strong. Once upon a time, near the edge of a calm river, stood a proud oak tree. Its wide branches reached toward the sky, confident and unshaken. Beside it grew a humble reed, thin and delicate, moving gracefully with every breeze. The oak often mocked the reed and said, "Look at you. You bow down even to the smallest wind. I stand tall and never bend." The reed replied gently, "Yes, I bend, but I do not break." The oak laughed. "Ha! I will never bend. I'm far too strong for that." But one day, dark clouds covered the sky. A fierce storm swept across the land. The wind howled, lightning flashed, and thunder roared. The mighty oak stood firm, refusing to bend, while the reed bowed low again and again. When the storm passed, the great oak had fallen, broken and uprooted. Yet the reed stood unharmed, still swaying gently in the breeze. Now that we've heard the story, let's take a moment to think about what it really means. And we'll learn some key English expressions that you can use in everyday life. First, this story teaches a powerful lesson about humility and adaptability. The oak represents people who are proud and rigid, while the reed symbolizes those who are humble and flexible. The storm stands for life's challenges. The message is clear. Those who can bend without breaking are often the ones who survive the storm. Next, let's look at some useful words and phrases from this story and explore how to use them naturally. The first word is bend. It means to move or curve something so that it is no longer straight. For example, you might say, "She bent down to tie her shoes." In this story, the reed bends to survive the strong wind, a symbol of flexibility and wisdom. The next word is withstand. It means to resist or survive something difficult or powerful. For instance, this old bridge can withstand heavy traffic and storms. In life, we often say someone can withstand pressure or withstand challenges, meaning they stay strong through difficulties. Then we have flexible. This word describes someone who can easily change or adapt. For example, flexible people handle change better than those who refuse to adjust. Being flexible doesn't mean being weak. It means being smart enough to adapt when needed. Another important word is stubborn. It means not willing to change one's opinion or behavior, even when it would be better to do so. We can say, "He's too stubborn to admit he made a mistake." In this story, the oak is stubborn, and that's why it falls. Finally, let's talk about how this story connects to real life. Many people believe that showing strength means never giving in. But true strength often comes from knowing when to bend, when to stay calm, listen, and adapt. At work, in relationships, and even in learning English, being flexible helps us grow and overcome challenges. Conclusion and call to action. So the next time life throws a storm your way, remember the lesson of the reed. Don't be afraid to bend a little. It doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're wise. If you enjoyed this story and learned something new today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Together, we'll keep learning English through stories that inspire both your heart and your mind.